Let me come on here at this time. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. It's an old shirt. I had it for a long time. Um, I know I promised part two of this video, so I figured let me come back on here and bring part two about attracting your person. What's going on, Shonda? How you doing? Bright Sun, what's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's good to see you guys. It's good to have you guys, see you guys. I don't know how many people was up, but it's Friday anyway. It's Friday. Y'all ain't got nothing to do anyways. Y'all ain't got no job tomorrow. Y'all off tomorrow anyway, so y'all good. I wanted to continue this right here, this conversation, and I hope that the ones who need it, gets it. Kathy, how you doing? How you doing? Now, I know a lot of us missed what I was saying on my last video. Beauty was good. Let me say my hellos first. It's good to see you guys. Greetings and greetings. Listen, we're going to talk about attracting your person. And we're going to use the three laws. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We're going to use the three laws. The three laws. The laws of attraction / vibration, right? The law of correspondence and the law of assumption. Now, I don't know if you guys were here the last time when I spoke on this. Hey, Amari. Hey, Times, how you doing? Now, I don't know if you guys were here the last time when I spoke on this, but I want to bring this back up because I wasn't finished with this conversation. And so I wanted to bring it back up again just to end on a good note. You know what I mean? But before I begin, let me just say my hellos first. Sunshine, what's good? What's good, Ellen? What's good, Dee Dee? What's good? Hey, Tam. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's an old shirt that I had for 10 years. It was buried, so I found it. I just found it recently. So here's the deal, man. I'm not really good at small talks. I'm really bad at it. So it's an awkward thing for just to small talk. I'm not good at it. Never been good at it. I'm not good at small talking. So let me get into this conversation. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I was talking about how to attract the person that you want. Because I think a lot of us, like I said before, a lot of us have given up on finding our person. A lot of us have given up. What's up, JP? A lot of us have given up on finding our person. I think now people give up. You hear women saying, I'm done with men, right? Yeah, Shonda, right? I hear women say, I'm done with men. I hear men say, I'm done with women. I'm done. I'm done. And now we have the genders, both genders, saying that I want nothing to do with the other gender because these people are devils, right? Right? These people are devils. That's what y'all keep saying. But I think that y'all might get it. I think y'all might get it wrong. I think y'all might get it because of fear. Fear might have you calling people all devils, right? And yeah, you see, somebody said correctly so. And it's not correct because the same men calling women devils, some of you all are all those women, and I'm sure some of you all ain't devils. Thank you for the gifts, right? And for you all calling some men devils, I'm sure some of these men are on here too, and some of these men ain't devils. And so I think we got it wrong. I think you have to look at what you attract or who you attracting. Sometimes it's about who you attract. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's who you attract, man. I think who you attract. I mean, sometimes who you attract is just needs to change. Now, I'm going to teach you how to put your mind a bit so how you can change who you attract, okay? I'm going to teach you how to put your mind so how we can change who we attract using these laws. Stick to a fork in me. Oh, you stick a fork in you, you're done, right? But the question is, right? The question is, why are we really done, right? Why are we really done? Want to find my other half, just tired of all the games and lie is all. So, Kathy, I'm glad you said it. Kathy said, I want to find my other half. And let me say this. There is no such thing as an other half, right? There is no such thing as an other half. There is no such thing as an other half. We're not finding our other half. Now, in our reality, we don't find anyone. We recognize that person. We don't find somebody. We recognize them. We don't find someone. We recognize someone. And you're not a half. You're a complete, fully fledged adult, right? Just like a mango. The mango can't be a half. The mango is a full mango. The watermelon is a fully fledged watermelon as it is, right? And so a human being is a full-fledged human. There is no more addition that is necessary. It's just that since we don't know how to think, I think the biggest reason why we cannot find, as we say, find. I think the biggest reason why we can't find our person is because we are thinking and feeling something opposite, right? You can't find, just like how you can't find your keys because you're feeling something is missing. If something is missing on the inside, it's gonna happen on the outside too. So we're using these three laws. The law of attraction, which is the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, as within, so without, and the law of assumption. Now, we went over the law of assumption that many of us have actually used. We have actually been using the same laws over time and over time. The law of assumption is one of the laws that we use continuously, right? Hey, Traveler Frank, how are we doing? The law of assumption is what we use so often that we don't even realize how powerful it really is. The law of assumption. Hey, Stacia. The law of assumption is one of the most powerful laws that we use that we don't know how we are using it, but we use it so often, right? And it's used that when you assume something, when you see somebody and you assume it's not going to work, when you see somebody and you assume something, right? Sometimes you see somebody and you already have all this relationship is bad anyways, and they don't work. That's an assumption. I mean, that's really an assumption. Relationship don't work. The man is going to cheat. Men cheat anyways. And, he probably a cheater anyways. And those are assumptions that when you feel into that assumption, when you feel into the energy of it, it begins to turn that way. It begins to be so. And so many of you don't understand that the law of assumption, it is actually holding on to a belief system when you're seeing something in your mind and assuming that's how it's going to be. That's actually faith. It's actually based on faith. And the thing is, you don't realize how much faith-based that is, but it's actually based because when you see something, knowing that it shall be done, and your evidence is based on the past, your evidence that you are using is what people around you are saying, the evidence that you keep using is what you think and feel and you've seen before, and is actually evidence. So when you hold that strong assumption in you, before you even start, this probably ain't gonna work anyways, men are probably gonna cheat, they're probably going to do that. This ain't going to work. It actually turns out to be that way. But they're cheaters anyways, Black Monk. I trusted my ex so bad until I found. So, okay. So this is how we get confused. So you trusted one person. And this one person did something. And now they are cheaters. You see how crazy we are? Now, I'm sure some man trusted his woman before, and now are all women cheaters? Are all women gonna cheat because he trusted one woman? I mean, does all women cheat because one did? And I think this is how you sabotage yourself. You sabotage yourself with these thoughts, and because if you look at it, it's very foolish, but it's so natural, it's so popular to think this way because everybody think this way, so it must make sense. But if you look at it, it's the most foolish thing because one thing that we can't do is live in the present. We're always going back to the past. We're always going back to what someone did, what one person did, how he did it, what the one person did, how he behaved, how she did it. And so when we include everybody in that mess, everybody gets to hell since my ex-boyfriend. And to be honest, sometimes the people that you attracted, you know that they won't shit anyways. I mean, some of you know them people wasn't anything. Some of you know them people wasn't shit. I mean, that's the truth. Some of you know these people wasn't about anything. You know these people when you met them, they told you that they wasn't ready. They told you that they wasn't the commitment type. Some of them jokers told you that, hey, listen, I'm with someone. Some of you took them from someone else. Some of you, they cheated with you and but instead of realizing what they are, you still had your hope and you still had your hope. And look at it. So now all men or all women fit in this category. And this is how you go wrong. You are putting faith in the end before the end happened. You are putting your faith in the end before the end happened. And therefore you are creating the end. You are creating the experience. And you don't even know the power of your own creation. You keep creating the experience without knowing. That's what we don't understand. We creating the experience before we understand it. This is how we know. But I'm telling you, the law of assumption in relationship is real. If you think all men will cheat, guess what? All men will cheat on you. You have to understand how your thoughts play a role in your reality. Have you ever heard the quote, your thought create your reality? Have you heard it before? Thoughts create reality. Do you know how it does that? Do you know how it creates your reality? Let me explain to you how your thoughts create your reality. Whatever a man think, he becomes. Whatever a man think, he becomes. Do you think that the battlefield of the mind, you think that's, well, yeah. Well, yeah. The mind, because remember what your mind is. Your mind literally is only the mind is an accumulation of all your experiences through your senses. That's all the mind really is. What the mind is, hey Tori English, what the mind is an accumulation of all your senses, right? All the information. The mind is only fed through your senses. You see something, it goes here. You hear something, it goes here. You experience something, it goes here. You touch something, it goes in the mind. It goes on the experience in the mind. And so therefore, somebody cheated on you, right? Somebody cheated on you, and that feeling was there. And so since the feeling is there, everybody will cheat. And that cheating is a very easy feeling to be remembered. It's like trauma. Some of you have relationship trauma. The trauma, the feeling is so easy to remember that it comes naturally to you. That feeling of distrust. That feeling of, I don't trust nobody. I don't want to be hurt again. That feeling it comes so easy to you that you don't even understand that it's you causing it. And sometimes you might even be around someone thinking that that's your intuition, but it's not. It's just your feeling. It's a program that's stuck within you, based on how you see life, based on the state that you're in. Many of us are in survival mode. If you're in survival mode, I'm telling you, if you're in survival mode, let me ask you guys a question, right? Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys are afraid to love? How many of you are afraid to love? Anybody here afraid to love again? Indeed, Nikki. Is anybody here afraid to love? Hello, Amal. Hey, Headquarter, how you doing? So, not anymore. Yes, hey, Mercedes, yes. Yep, Sophie. Sister, they said nope. You're afraid, Amal? Okay, nope. Hey, Erica. I'm doing this again. It didn't work. A lot of people are afraid to love because they're afraid to get hurt. Hey, Julia. A lot of people are afraid to get hurt to love because they're afraid of getting hurt. Do you know if you are afraid of loving, it's a place that you are most likely in survival mode? If you are afraid to love, oftentimes you are in survival mode. Seriously. Because when you're in survival mode, there's no need to love. When you're in survival mode, there is no need at all. There is no need to love. When you're in survival mode, energy is not flowing in this area, right? When you're in survival mode, energy is not flowing in this area. Energy is only flowing in our legs and our arms and our extremities so that we can escape because something is happening. If you sense a threat, energy is not flowing here because when you are running from a tiger or a lion or a bear, there's no need to love. When you are running for your life, there's no need to be at peace. When you are running for life and death, there is no need to fall in love. And so therefore, it's very hard, especially when there's a threat next to you. And so oftentimes, there's a threat. The threat is your mind. The threat is how you see things, your perception. And so oftentimes, many of us are actually in survival mode, and that's why we can't love. But we don't even realize it. We think we can't love because men are liars and men are this and women are that. But it's not the case. We can't love because we're in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you can't trust. You can't be relaxed. You can't be soft. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. You can't be soft. You can't be okay. You can't relax yourself because God forbid, if you're in survival mode, how can you relax? Think about it. If you're in survival mode, running for your life, how can you be relaxed? You can't be. And so even when you become relaxed, you feel vulnerable. You feel afraid. You feel like something is off, something is wrong, something's gonna happen. You feel like somebody's gonna get you again, right? That's the threat in your mind. The mind carries the threat. If you relax, you feel in survival mode, you feel any moment now, the bear is gonna get me. And so many of you are not able to love. And so the reason why you're not able to love, there's no reason besides survival mode, but you will find the threat. You will decide that the reason is because of him or her. The reason is because of him or because of a whole gender, a whole entire gender. It's because of her. It's all the hers out there, on all the hims out there. And when you have that idea or when you have that fear, it messes with you. It screws you up. So many of us, instead of opening your heart, you closed it. You see, one of the reasons why we can't find what we are looking for because you are using your eyes instead of your heart. Your heart is closed, but your eyes are open. If your eyes are open, you have to understand this. This is why we have a type. You have a type because your heart is closed and your eyes are open. Your heart is closed, your eyes are open. So when you have a type, remember your type is a memory. Your type is only what you remember as something from the last time where it felt good. Your type is a memory. That's why every time you see it, every time you see a man who looked like him or a woman who looked like her, the body begins to feel a little different. This feeling comes back. When you see a man who is the same height that reminds you of him or her, that body begins to, it's called chemistry. When you smell somebody who smells familiar, that chemistry begins to work. That's a chemical reaction happening because the mind is only attracted to familiar experiences. The mind is only based on familiar stuff. If it's familiar, the mind is gonna make it expand. Hey, Chesney, seriously, hey, Sade. If something is familiar, the mind expands it because that's what it begins to focus on, something that's familiar. So many of you have a type of man or a woman because it's familiar. When you meet a man or a woman who is not your type, guess what? But I have nothing. That's where it should always start at nothing. It should always start at nothing. And everybody likes familiar. I mean, of course. That's why you have the same foods, the same drinks. You drink the same drinks. You go to the same thing, right? You go to the same places. You do the same sports. You play the same games. Why? Because the mind loves familiarity. And so you like the same men or the same woman. And every time you go towards that man or the woman, it stings you. It bites you the same. It bites you every single time, but yet you still go back there because why? You are foolish. I know that sounds bad, don't it? I mean, it sounds bad, right? Heart holds one person no matter if we are already moved on. It's difficult to love again. I mean, heart holds one person. The heart holds no one. The heart holds no one. If you want to put somebody there, that's on you. If you want to put something there, on someone there, the heart could hold a dog or a cat. Have you ever loved a cat? If you loved a cat and the cat passed away, the heart is gonna listen. The heart holds no one except what you place there as your focus. Whatever you focus, whatever you focus is where all your attention goes to. If all your attention goes to it, of course you can't move away from it because your entire presence is there, right? Seriously, if you focus on something, all your attention is just going there. If all your attention is going there, your entire life is there. So therefore, if your entire life is in this one thing, this one person, you can't separate yourself because why? It's still your focus. We need to learn how to remove our focus, change our focus, shift our focus. Because, we have all these excuses. Listen, we spoke about the law of assumption. And again, let me go over this very briefly. The law of assumption states, the law of assumption. Nobody want to check your music, Young Change. Check your own music. The law of assumption is this. Whatever you assume that is true will be true. It will come to pass. If you assume something is truth, it is truth because your reality, your subconscious mind will make every effort to make it true. Your subconscious mind must create every situation to make what you assume true. The law of assumption is how you begin to assume a feeling, to assume a goal. You go to school, you assume that you're going to have a degree. When you assume that you're going to have a degree, you hold on to the assumption. When you hold on to the assumption, what happens after that? You hold on to the feeling, you begin to see yourself, and this is something that you don't realize. You begin to see yourself with your degree. You begin to see yourself at the end. And it's a very subtle thing sometimes. You begin to see yourself with this degree. When you see yourself, when it's reminded in your mind, it gives you more motivation. It gives you more reason. You do what you have to do. You go to your classes. You take up your you make sure you're studying. Why? Because your assumption is you have to have a degree later on. I see myself with a degree, so therefore the degree comes 4 years later. When you assume that men are trash, what you are doing? When you assume men are trash, when you have an assumption, all men are this, all women are this, what you are doing, since that's your focus, all the men who are quality is removed from your mind. You can't focus on those. Do you notice that if you feel somebody is racist or people are racist, do you notice that everybody's going to be racist to you? Do you notice that? Everybody that you meet you notice that racism in them. Like, you're going to always talk about racism, and then someone's going to always prove you right. Someone's going to always, because that's what you are creating in your reality. That is the reality that you are creating. So when you begin to think that you don't even realize what you are doing, when you begin to believe and think that men are just cheaters and dogs, then your mind don't have the space to hold the good men. So it only holds room enough for dogs. If that becomes your focus, all men are trash, all men are dogs, all men are cheaters. If that's what's on your mind, if you think on that, and then you feel the emotion of having that man in your life. Because a lot of times when I say, I don't want McDonald's fries, I feel this tastes funny in my mouth. Because I remember the memory comes to me of the taste. This don't feel good. And I have that feeling, and that feeling is just, it smells good as hell though, damn. It makes it expand because the feeling expands. So I'm only focused on the bad ones. And so when I focus on the bad man or the bad woman, that expands. Because wherever my focus go, my energy flows. Wherever my focus go, my energy flows. If my energy flows to those bad people, then they begin to multiply and they begin to approach me. And I can't get away from them. So I begin to really believe that what I believe is true. I really begin to be convinced in my own mind that that has to be true. What I assume is correct. And so we have so many people here assuming that the assumption of men or women is actually correct. What's up, John Blake? How we doing, brother? How we doing, man? It's an algorithm. Wherever you place your mind is where your energy flow. So we have to learn the law of assumption is at work continuously. The law of assumption is at work in your life continuously. You are assuming it. Therefore, if you assume that there's going to cheat on you anyways, because we have women, a lot of times I see women all the time say, well, they're going to cheat anyways. I heard women say all the time, even if you do everything for him, he's gonna cheat anyways. How often do you hear that? Well, even if you give him everything, he's gonna cheat anyways. Even if you get her everything that she wants, she's gonna cheat anyways. And we say these things all the time, like it's gonna happen. It always happens, because you are speaking it into existence. You are connected to it, therefore you are giving it life. If you give something life, it will come to pass. And we don't understand it. So the law of assumption is always working. It always works. It always works. It works perfect. The Bible says if you speak something and believe in it, if you act for something and believe in it, it shall be done. If you believe that it shall be done. And I don't know why you think that means formal prayer. I think many of us, when we hear that, right? When we hear that, we think if we ask for something on our knees and we pray and say, in Jesus' name, then it's going to be done. No. If you feel something deeply in your spirit and you assume that it's going to happen, because you already believed it. So of course it's going to happen. So many of you, your prayer is self-sabotaging. That went over many of your heads, and I get it. Some of you, your prayers are self-sabotage. Because the way how you pray, not the one that you go on your knees and bow your finger, but the things that you feel and ready to receive. Because what is prayer? Prayer is the ability to go in your closet, go in your mind, go in your body, shut the door, shut your ears, shut your eyes, shut everything, and be able to receive. That is prayer. But you have to feel like it's already done. That's what prayer really is to be ready to receive what you have asked for, because the Bible says what? The Father knows what you desire before you ask, and therefore He blesses you with it. That's what prayer is. And so when you believe in your heart that something has already happened, it's happening. We have to be mindful. So the law of assumption is working against you for your relationship, because some people, some of you, you have bad luck with relationship because it's not your natural stuff. It's not your natural stuff. So that's the law of assumption. The law of correspondence. Whatever you carry as true on the inside becomes true on the outside. You cannot be divided against yourself. It's very hard to be divided. Your mind has to be in tune. What the law of correspondence, as within so without, as above so below. Whatever you hold on the inside is what you carry on the outside. Like I said last week or yesterday, I said if you squeeze an orange, apple juice cannot come out. If I have an orange and I squeeze it, apple juice can't come out. If I let my wife squeeze it, apple juice can't come out. If I let my kids squeeze it, apple juice can't come out. If I let my pastor squeeze it, apple juice can't come out, because apple juice is not in it. And so when you look at you, only what is within you that comes out. And when you look at your life, when you look at what you get in return, you don't want to accept it. You don't want to believe it. But that's what's in you. That's what's in your belief system. That is what's in your mind, is what's in your heart, is what's in your thoughts. And you don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from you. But I don't know why you all think that is the devil giving it to you. The devil can't give you he can't give you that. He don't have to. Why do you put the devil in so much power? Why should he have this place in your life where he is so powerful? No, it's time to condition yourself and your mind. This is why it has to be the renewal of your mind. How do you change that? You change that by learning and practicing to do what you tell your kids to do. Focus. Wait, I didn't see the question from John. What did John say? What do you think about people who have overhealed and appear unavailable? It's a good question, right? What do you think about people who have overhealed? I have never had a cut on my arm that overhealed, right? I have never had a sore on my leg that has overhealed, right? I have never had a wound on my body that has overhealed. And so the term overhealed is not true. It's something that these new spiritual people use to form an excuse not to get what they want. Because if you look at reality, if you look at our society, you see a lot of broke, overhealed person. How are you healed, but yet financially you're broken, right? How are you so healed, but you're still sick in high cholesterol, high diabetes? And so we use that terminology just to make excuses for the lack of understanding, for the lack of what we want. And so since I'm overhealed, now I'm unavailable? That don't make no sense. Because I've heard the question before, right? I've heard it before. Well, I'm overhealed, so I like nobody. If you overheal, you're going to be so open to people, you might be surprised. If you are actually healed, because what is this to heal? Healing is to understand, I'm back to normal. I'm back to myself. The pain no longer affects me. My past no longer affects me, right? This fake reality that I was taught no longer affects me. Now I trust. To heal is to trust. And it's not trust people per se, but it's to trust that even if people are there, even if they try to mess with my mind, try to cheat, try to lie, I trust that I am perfectly fine and I will be perfectly fine. That's what trust really is. Trust is my knowledge of walking and being one with the commander. I mean, being one with the creator. If I'm one with the Creator, I trust that no matter what comes my way, no matter what happens, I'm safe. And so it makes me be easily to be approached, because you can't do anything to me like that. You can't disappoint me no more, because I understand you are just another version of me experiencing life. You might be angry that day and you might say something. So I'm not afraid anymore to be disappointed or to be hurt, because I don't give my power to that. Do you see what I'm saying? And so overheal is not really a term. Overheal is just an excuse that a lot of people use to be unavailable. So because your cuts can't overheal. Is it is heal or is not? Right? I mean seriously. You can't have an overheal cut. Is it is heal or is not? You really can't. Now there's some people who have when their scar heals, they have these keloids on their skin. That's not overhealing. That's a skin issue, right? Those keloids that needs to be fixed. So we have to understand, man. Those things are very simple, but we make it hard. So we have to understand the law of correspondence. The reason why many of us, like for instance, I feel like people get into these healing phases and almost appear. Man, listen. These people, because society is telling people what heal looks like. When society tells people that what heal looks like, people begin to mimic what they are being told. People begin to act like it and mimic it, and they end up in a worse situation. Like seriously, like they end up in a worse situation because it's not real, it's not true anymore. Society can't tell you what heal looks really like. I think for me, what healing really looks like is trust. It looks like trust. Hey Ruby, how we doing? It looks like trusting yourself again. Because healing means that you're gonna still fall in your face a few times, right? Healing means that you're gonna still make some bad decision. Healing means that I might do some stupid things again, but this time I know for a fact that I am okay. I can get back up. That's what it means. It means now I know I can get back up. I've seen myself get up many times, so I know for a fact I can get back up. So I'm not afraid to step. When I step, I'm doing full steps, not these short little steps. Watching. Have you ever walked and watched where you're going? Have you ever walked and as you were walking, you was like watching every step because you was afraid to step on something, step on this, step on that. Your walk is not. It's not effective. It's very weird. Because you don't see where you are going. You are looking at the ground. And I think that's what people are doing. They walk short steps looking at where they're going, but they can't see the big picture. That's how you walk? Resilience. Indeed. All right. Okay. All right, you guys. I know. Jesus is Lord. Christ is Lord. Okay, got it. Good. Thank you for your, thank you so much for your input. Christ is Lord. Okay, got it. Is there anything else besides Christ is Lord that you want to say? It's almost aimless. So we're just gonna understand. So here's the deal, right? So the law of correspondence, as within, so without. I think many of us don't realize that we have a lot of things inside. But we see we have a lot of things inside, but we make an excuse for it. Well, I'm hurt only because, right? I'm only hurt because, right? I'm suffering because somebody, my ex, my father. I'm hurt because my ex-wife. I'm hurt because, I'm really resentful because, and we give ourselves reasons, right? We justify these things that's happening on the inside of us. We justify them. It's okay. And we don't realize that it's still inside. And what's on the inside will come on the outside. It will come on the outside. It will show up on the outside every single day, because whatever you carry, you will meet them every single time. And so we have to understand the law of correspondence plays a big role in how we meet that person or who we meet. If you carry a bunch of stuff on the inside, anger, resentment, unhappiness, guilt, shame, it means that the person that you meet, the person that will give you the most chemistry will be that person. Because if you carry that stuff on the inside, guilt and unhappiness and misery and shame and pride and fear. If you meet a calm, relaxed person, that person will be the most boringest person to you. That person will be the most boringest person to you that you feel nothing for. Because that person cannot stimulate those emotions. They cannot stimulate those feelings. They cannot stimulate your body like that. Because they don't bring you those things. They don't offer you those emotional contribution. And so you realize that that person will not stimulate you in no way. And so you might find them very boring. And so you're gonna say, well, they meet all the criterias, but I don't have feelings for them. I'm not, the chemistry just ain't there. Hey, Miranda, good that you're there. Thank you for coming up, Miranda. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. Right? The chemistry just ain't here. The chemistry just, you know what I mean? Shonda, the chemistry ain't there. And so many people fall for that. They fall victim to that. And on the second line, they say, I never meet somebody. I don't meet good men. You meet them. You meet good men all the time. You meet great women all the time. We all do. We all meet these people. It's just that your walls are so up and your emotions are so up and your feelings are so up that these people gotta work too hard to tear those walls down. And ain't nobody wanna tear your walls down except criminals. Nobody wanna tear your walls down besides somebody who want to abuse you. Nobody is tearing your walls down besides somebody who's trying to take advantage of you. Because a lot of times people don't put that much energy on your walls when they are trying to love themselves more. Seriously. And I think many of us, we have this thought that if you love me, if you want me, you got to tear my walls down. No. If you love yourself, tear those walls down. Because when you tear your walls down, you can love. When you tear your walls down, you can experience love. You can actually receive love. Because those same walls that you have built against around you and around your heart, you cannot even see love. You can't experience love. Love don't come to you. Peace don't come to you because you imprison yourself in your walls. And I think many of you think if somebody really wants you, they're going to break your walls down. That's not how it works, man. You are doing too much. Tear your own walls down and trust. You will see how easy love finds you. You will see how easy love finds you. The law of correspondence. You have to see what's on the inside. See what's on the inside. Yeah, in prison. You have to see what's on the inside. Do you know what's on your inside? Let's be honest. Do you know what's on your inside? Do you actually know what's happening within you? Do you know how much fear you have on the inside? Do you know how much anger you have on the inside? How much doubt you have on the inside? Your belief systems that you have on the inside? Do you actually even have an idea of your own belief systems that you have? Your values that no longer benefits you? You know how many of us carry values that no longer benefits us? You know how many of us still hold on to these values that we were taught growing up that no longer fits us, but we still hold on to them? And it messes us up when we are reminded of them. We are holding on to values. Listen, a lot of us, let me tell you this right here. Let me say this. Let me tell you why people struggle with relationships. Let me tell you the simple reasons. The reason why people struggle with relationships is the same reason why some people struggle with finances. It's the same reason why some people struggle with being good parents. Same reason why some people struggle with being or being in shape. Same reason why people struggle with eating healthy or not eating healthy. Same reason why people struggle with exercising. The same reason why other people struggle with having kids. It's the same reason. There's no different reason. It's that the reason why we have issues with relationship is because, like I said, it's the same reason, but it's because it's not a part of your program. Your current program did not support it. Now, I know that's a very big thing, which doesn't sound like it makes sense. Your program is not supportive. Does anybody have a very good job and they had a good job before that and they had good... Does anybody make good money here? Anybody make good money for years now? For like years? Anybody make good money? Good job, good quality, money just keeps on coming? A lot of you make good money. The program is good. Your program supports it. Your program supports it. And so you don't resist it, right? You don't think negatively about it. When you think about it, you don't think I need more money. You say I have, and more comes to you. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what you are good at right now. Think about the things that you are good at. Think about what you are good at. What are you good at? You make good money. The salary is coming. All the things. Why? Because it's a part of your program. You feel like you have it. Your emotions match it. What you speak matches it. What you think supports it. And so your program is just running easily. Because you will have that program going on in the background. Your thoughts, your feelings, your belief. Thank you for the gift. Right? Your thoughts, your feelings, your belief. You know, you saw your father did it, or somebody did it before, and they showed you, and you went to school for it. And so the program is natural. It's just natural. It's just working. Now, when it comes to relationship, indeed, when it comes to relationship, the reason why you can't have healthy relationship because your thoughts, your feelings. Now, the only thing about these thoughts and feelings, let me tell you how this actually is different. Let me tell you what makes this difficult. When you think something and you have a feeling, the thing about it is that you're going to see the experience. It's going to create an experience that matches your feelings and your thoughts. The thing is, when it happens, that right there makes you believe more in the thought and makes you hold on to the feeling for longer. It actually, what's the word? It justifies your thoughts and your feelings. It makes you feel, I knew it, right? Because when you think something and you have a feeling behind it and you create something, then that reconfirms or reaffirms your thought that you had. It reaffirms your thought. It clarifies your thought. So you say, I knew I was right. And so that becomes your current thought. That becomes a current belief. Because to you, it's proof. And so then it keeps the same feeling there. And then when you see it again, the same things happen again. The same people and the same things keep happening. And it's like you cannot realize that maybe you don't see is your thoughts that's causing it. You see that caused your thoughts. Does that make sense? You believe that caused your thoughts. It validates your belief. Indeed, it's confirmation bias. That's exactly what I wanted to say. It actually validates your thoughts. And so you keep the same thoughts. And you say, I don't know why men don't like me. I don't know why men don't approach me. I don't know why I can't find a good man. I don't know why men this. I don't know why women this. I don't know why my relationships are always, I don't know why my relationship. And so it just goes in a cycle. Does that make sense to you guys? That's exactly what happens. You are affirming something to be true. If you affirm some things to be true, it is true. It becomes true. It has to become true. And that's what we are doing. Now, again, this is part of the law of correspondence. As we carry on the inside, it comes on the outside. Okay, so that's the law of correspondence. Now, the law of attraction. Do you know the law of attraction and the law of vibration are very similar? Do we understand the difference between the law of vibration and the law of attraction? Do we know the difference? Because we always say the law of attraction. But do we understand the law of attraction? Thank you, Miranda. Do we understand the law of attraction to the law of vibration? So the law, you're welcome, Mercedes. Hey, Cece. The law of vibration is the second part to the law of attraction. The law of vibration states everything vibrates. Everything. All matter vibrates. Whether it's a plant or a human, a piece of rock or food or fish or birds or everything vibrates. Everything vibrates. Matter vibrates continuously. Everything vibrates. Now, based on the level of vibration, there is attraction, right? So things that vibrate on similar frequencies attract each other. So that's why the law of vibration and the law of attraction works hand in hand. It's two different laws, but they work hand in hand. So the law of attraction states whatever is vibrated on similar frequencies attract each other. Do we understand it? So everything vibrates. Human beings, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, right? Everything vibrates. Who we are, our body, our everything vibrates. But most of us, or not most of us, we are vibrating at different levels based on how we think. How we think, how we feel, what we experience in our past, what we eat, what we put in our bodies, how we feel sick and the diseases. We vibrate continuously. And so we attract continuously. We attract everything. But it's the things that we feel the most is what sticks. What feels the most is what sticks. What we can relate to in our feelings and our thoughts stick. It comes faster to us. And we attract everything because everything is at our hands. But our thoughts and feelings specify what comes. Now, the law of vibration, the law of vibration states that we attract what we are, meaning the frequency that you are in. Let me see something. Let me see if I have this thing still on my computer. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see if I still have it. Okay, good. I think I still have it. Okay, so I have a chart. I have a chart on my computer. It's called, let me see if I see another one. I don't like this one. It's called the vibrational chart. Okay? It's called the vibrational chart. Now, let's say the lowest vibration is about 20, right? 20. The highest is about 700 plus. Okay? The lowest vibration, let's say, is 20. The one that they found so far, 20. And the highest is above 700. What do you think is the highest vibration? Does anybody know? What is the highest? What carries the highest known vibration? Let's look into this real quick. 1400? Love? No, it's not love. Love is not the highest one. Love is not the highest. Love is up there, but it's not the highest one. You say God? God is a vibration? Respect, truth, generosity, peace, giving. The highest known so far is enlightenment. Enlightenment is the highest vibration. Enlightenment, meaning it's the way how we are open to the creation of the universe. Joy is above love, to be honest with you. Joy is above love. Love carries about a 500 hertz frequency. 500. Love is a 500. Enlightenment is 700 and above. You know what shame carries? Do you know what shame carries? Yep, enlightenment. Do you know what? Guess how much shame carries? Guess. 20. Shame carries a 20. Shame. Shame carries a damn 20. Guess how much guilt carry? Guilt. And think about it. How much of us are guilty? How many of us are guilty? Or carry guilt all the time? Guilt that you have no father for your kids. Guilt that you grew up a certain way. You allowed something to happen. Guilt that something happened to you when you was younger and you think it's your fault. Guilt. How many of us carry guilt? Guilt carries a 30. Guilt is only a little bit higher than shame. Ain't that crazy? Shame carries 20. Guilt carries 30. Grief is about 75. Grief is 75. Fear is 100. Now, hey Yasmina, when you carry in these emotions, imagine you are in a space of shame and guilt. And you don't add 20 plus 30. Because those are heavy. You minus. Right? But imagine being in guilt and shame continuously. Continuously. And you don't know how you attract cheaters and liars. Think about it. You don't know how you attract cheaters and liars. Because the law of vibration, the law of attraction, is not that you attract exactly what you are. You don't attract what you are exactly because you are a businesswoman, you have a job, right? You have a house and you have a career. That's not what you attract. That's what you have. That's what you have outside of you. But where is grief and misery and guilt inside of you? That's what you are vibrating. What's inside of you. Your house don't invite your house is not adding to your vibration. Because there are some, if you look at who we have as presidents and all these things, we have some people who are very, anyways, those things don't add to your vibration. I mean, it can, right? I mean, it can, if you know how to use it. Hey, Prophet Pathway, how we doing? And so we got, so we got people. You don't attract exactly what you are as far as what you have on the outside and the things that you have. Hey, Princess, how we doing? Good, it's good to see you. You attract the emotions and the feelings that you carry around, how you feel on the inside. That's what you attract, okay? That's what you attract. So we have to learn that sometimes a lot of us think that we have, we have a good job, we have a good career, I'm a businesswoman, I got my stuff together. Why do I keep attracting these losers? But we don't realize that at the same time, we're carrying guilt, we're carrying shame, we're carrying fear, we're carrying pride, and we don't know why we keep attracting that. Because what you attract is your frequency. You attract amongst the frequency, not amongst the thing that you have on the outside of you. Not your house and your car. Not you attract your frequency, the emotional part. That's what we're attracting. And so many of us don't understand how it works. And so when somebody tells you you attract what you are, it's like somebody's giving you their middle fingers. When somebody tells you that you attract what you are, it's like you thinking somebody giving you the middle finger by trying to disrespect you, and they are not. So this is how we have to learn that all these things that we are carrying. And why am I talking about all these things when it comes to dating and relationship? Because those things is stopping you. That stuff is in your program and is interfering with who you attract. Now, everyone could have relationships and everyone can have relations. I mean, we all know that. But the healthy relationship that you want, you don't attract it. Why? Because the vibration that you carry, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, is actually vibrating at a very low vibration. If you're already carrying those belief systems like men ain't shit, men are this, men are trash, women are this, women are gold diggers, your vibration is already low. Because if that's what you believe and that's what you trust, then you're not enlightened. You really are not. One thing about life, you will meet those same people everywhere you go. True or false? You will meet the same people. Some people change race, they change country. You're gonna meet the same people everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you will meet them. The confusing part, vibrations have scales. Each scale has a positive and negative end of this scale. It's called same in kind, different in degree. Yep, we spoke about that before too. Indeed. We have to learn, man. You have been matching this whole time. You just don't want to accept it. The people who come to you have been matching your vibration. The law of vibration, the law of attraction is that you attract everything that's in harmonious vibration or harmonious frequency with your vibration. You attract everything in harmonious frequency to your vibration or harmonious vibration with your frequency. You attract everything in harmonious vibration with your frequency. And I think that's what we don't understand. But everything, man, everything vibrates, all your emotions. This is how you get sick. How do you think you get sick? Because when your vibration drops to a certain level, that disease, that illness is on that same level. It's on that same vibration, that same frequency. And you can pick it up very easily, right? Every disease, every illness carry a certain vibration. Again, those things are just energy. Everything vibrates. And so how do you get a cold? How do you get all these diseases? How do you get all this stuff? Because when you drop to a certain vibration, you pick it up. You pick it up just like this. And so you don't understand why you keep getting sick, because your vibration matches that sickness. It's science. But since they don't talk, since they taught you that Christ is the answer, it hasn't worked for you well. Since I told you Jesus is the answer, it ain't working for you because it's not, it doesn't make sense. You can't tell me Christ is the answer. But if I tell you, keep your vibration higher by changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, changing your foods that you put in your system, the alcohol that you put in your system, right? Changing your belief systems. If I tell you to change and elevate those things, then you're going to realize that you will no longer be open to certain diseases or illness because your vibration will go higher. And so you won't match those low vibration stuff. But when they tell you Christ is the answer, here you go, thinking that, and you still have heart failure. You're still having all this high cholesterol and diabetes. You still have all these things because it's not true. It's such a general statement. It's just a cover up, right? Because when you can't answer a question, I remember when my daughter asked me a question one time, and it hit me. My daughter asked me a question one time, and I couldn't answer it. I had no idea how to answer it. And you know what I said? You know what I said for her answer? She asked me some question, and I didn't have an answer. I said, well, that's how God made it. I said, no, baby, no, hold on. I'm sorry. That's not true. That's not true. That's me refusing to say I don't know. Let that sink in. That's me not trying to admit that I don't know. And since I don't know, and I don't want you to know that I don't know, I tell you, Jesus, oh God, is how God did it. I want you to look at yourself. I want you to look at yourself and see what I'm talking about. Look at yourself and see what I'm talking about. Look at what you do. Look at your answers that you give sometimes. God is sending me a man. Ain't that what we say? God is sending me a woman. Ain't that what we say? Where? Where is it coming from? From the sky? It's coming from the moon? The planet of Venus? Where is it coming from? Haven't he already sent 4 billion men here? There's about 4 billion men on this planet. You can't find one? You want somebody to come from somewhere else? So the food for good vibration will be foods like foods that are alive still. Fruits, veggies, whole foods. Whole foods. The foods that are bad for your, not bad, but that you have to be careful for is dead food. Animals, meat, chicken wings, steak. Food that's dead. It's been dead. If it's been dead for a while, it's probably not good for your vibration. Right? And so when you look at, food like water, or, real fruits, real stuff, right? You should not sure where to look. You're not looking. You don't have to look at anything. You don't have to look for anything. You don't have to look anywhere. It's not about looking. Number one is about leaving your house. First, you have to leave your house, right? You just get to eat some chicken. I'm not saying it's bad for you. I'm not saying it's bad. I eat chicken too. But I had a period where I stopped eating meat for about 5 years. And when I stopped eating meat, I learned my own energy without meat. If you never stop eating meat in your life, I would advise you to stop eating meat for a while. I would advise you to stop eating meat just for a while so that you can know where you vibrate. You can know your own vibration. You can know how you feel. You can know how your energy is. And so if you eat meat again after a couple, year or so, then you would tell the difference. So when you eat it, you will feel different. You will feel and so you know how to make up for it. So that's what I would advise people. If you want to increase your vibration for that reason, just to see where you're at, me personally, medications, meat and all them stuff, I cut it off. No, I know some of you are sick, so I can't say that. I would not advise you to stop taking your medication. But I'm saying sometimes you have to shut everything off. Fast from everything. And then see where you're at. That's what I would do. So, the law of vibration. Okay, how do you attract what you want? Now, first thing first. When you come to a partner, first thing first, you must know what you want. Now, many of you don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want. True or false? You don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want. Many times, if I ask a question, what do you want in a partner? Everybody can say what they don't want so quickly. Hey, what do you want in a man or woman? I want somebody who lies. I don't want somebody who cheats. I don't want somebody who, who's a narcissist. You know how many times I heard that? I don't want somebody who's a narcissist. What's the chance of you meeting a narcissist anyways? You meet more millionaires than you meet a narcissist. You will meet, chances are you will meet a millionaire before a narcissist. But yet, how you all meet all the narcissists in this world? You already met them. I don't know how you all meet these people, and you all never met millionaires or presidents. How you meet narcissists so easy, right? Hey Trish, how you doing? Hey, women say that God sent me a man. I was like, God sent another woman's husband. That's not. Hey, that's. hey, girl, that's their man. Oh, that's their God. So we have to understand, man. Wait, what the heck? Where was that? Hey, Lee, how you doing? Wait, where was I again? I want respect. I want growth with my partner. They all talk about narcissists like it's a new word. I'm telling you. I mean, facts. We all have to know what we want. We have to know what we want. Again, we can say what we don't want. Everybody can mention what we don't want. I don't want a liar. I don't want somebody who's not good with his mother. I don't want a man who's not good with money. And what you don't understand is when you speak about that, when you say those things, I don't want a man who's a liar. You remember somebody who lied. So people use faith sometimes to avoid doing the work. You know what, John Blake, ask me the question in a different way. Tell me exactly what you mean. People use faith to not do the work. I think people use beliefs to not seek for an answer. Many of us use belief, because I don't think it's faith. I think it's something that we just say is a hook. I think we use a belief because what's a belief? A belief is something that you don't know. A belief is something that you don't know. And I think that right there, a belief is something that you don't know for sure, so that's why you believe it. If you know it for sure, then you won't say believe, you will say I know for sure, right? Believe and know is two different vibrations. It's two different vibrations. To believe something is to have doubt in it. It's a duality. To believe something is to have doubt. To know something creates no doubt. There is no doubt in the knowing. And so when people believe, they're using their faith or their belief system to say those things so that they don't want to do the work in their own minds, because the mind is where you create all the things. But what we don't know is when you say that you don't want something, what is the one thing that you ever ate in your life? The one thing that you ate or tasted that you cannot stand. What's that one thing? What's that one thing? Yep, that's exactly what it is, Miranda. What's that one thing that you ate or drank that you couldn't stand? Brussels sprouts? Brussels sprouts. Ain't that damn bad. Kale, you like kale? Man, Chick-fil-A has a kale salad. That thing tastes good. Durian? I don't even know what that is. You don't like baked beans? What? Okra. Yeah. Okra will do it. Okra will do it. Olives. That'll do it too. Yeah, Chick-fil-A kale salad is off the chain. Now, I want you. If you just say that. No, my bad. You say a man? You tasted a man? Yeah. What did you ate him? That's weird. You tasted a man, Mello? Asian. Oh, it stinks. Okay. Just smelling them baked beans make me sick. Shantae said, just smelling those baked beans make you sick. Fruitcake at Christmas. Oh my Lord. Fruitcake at Christmas. Brussels sprouts are good, right? Now, let me ask you a question, right? Now, in your mind, right? In your mind, I want you to take that food that you just put. Take that food that you thought about. The food that you can't stand. In your mind, I want you to bring that food to your mouth and pretend that you are eating it. Just try. Just bring the food to your mouth in your mind. Bring it to your mouth and you think about the one that you hate the most. Imagine that feeling. Some of you gagging. Somebody said the smell make them sick. Right? Let me tell you this right here. What you ought to realize is this. What you don't like gives you a stronger reaction. It gives you a stronger feeling. What you don't like, it gives you a stronger feeling. Because sometimes what you like don't give you a powerful one. Mayo, what you don't like gives you a feeling. Do you know this? So when you say I don't like Brussels sprouts, you already see it in your mind, and you already have a reaction. You have a feeling. What the thing about feeling is that feeling is what attracts. Feeling does the attraction. Feeling does the attraction. It's your feelings that goes out. Let me explain to you how feelings and thoughts work, okay? Thoughts are charge, electrical charge. Thoughts go out, right? Thoughts go out. Thoughts, shoot, right? Shoot, it travels out. Thoughts go out. Feelings bring back the equivalence of the thought. Does that make sense? Thoughts and feeling work hand in hand. Thoughts are electrical charge. Feelings are magnetic charge, magnetically charged. They are magnet. So what it does is thoughts go out, and since your thoughts and your feelings are usually aligned, right? If I think about Brussels sprouts, I have a feeling. True or false? If I think about Brussels sprouts, I have a feeling. Now, this is very important information that you have to understand. If you want to change your program to have healthy relationship, you must understand what I'm saying. Thoughts and feelings are usually on the same page. They match. It's called the law of harmony. The law of harmony states everything wants to be in one. Your thoughts, your feelings, your vision, your emotions, and your action must be aligned in the same. If not, it's called dissonance. The law of dissonance. If one is off, it's called dissonance. It's like you are horny, somebody's laying naked next to you, but you are walking away. You have mixed feelings, like, damn, I can't. And so that's dissonance. I want it, but I'm not doing it. So it creates a little bit of dysfunction within you, in your system, and then you're gonna beat yourself up for not doing it, right? So harmony says my thoughts and my feelings must align. When the thoughts go out, what happens? The thoughts go out, it meets the person that matches it. So like, I don't like raggedy men, okay? I don't like raggedy men. Let's say that's a thought. Hey Lisa, I don't like raggedy men. That thought go out. Since it matches that raggedy man looks at you like, hey, you look familiar. Because the thought come from you. Hey, what's up? And why are you looking at me? Why are you all up in my face? Why are you all always coming to me like I'm just this? Because you just thought it, and the feeling that you put with it, it penetrated that man, and it's bringing it back to you. That man is just answering your feeling. He's answering your call. And so when I think I don't like raggedy men, that feeling of similar frequency goes out. Feelings can only penetrate that which is on the vibrational frequency as you are. Remember, I keep giving the same boring example. When you are in a valley, and you yell, and that sound goes out and bounces off, and it bounces off the wall and come back to you. Why? Because it cannot penetrate the wall. So it comes back to you. It bounces off, and it doesn't bring the mountain back to you, just the sound wave comes back. Well, in this reality, when you have this feeling, it goes out. And it penetrates that which is similar vibration of the feeling, and it brings them back to you. So many of you are asking, why do I keep attracting these men? Why do I keep attracting these females? Or these women. Why? Because your thoughts and the feeling that you have is going out. Because when you say, I don't want raggedy men, that's not how the mind works. The mind don't work on don't. The mind don't listen to the word don't. Because if you focus on don't think about the clouds, don't think about the monkey, 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 all you can think about is the monkey. A matter of fact, the monkey shows up everywhere that you go. The monkey's in the clouds, it's in the stars, it's on the TV, it's on your computer, it's on your phone. Because why? Because when you say don't think about the monkey stays on your mind. And so if something stays on your mind, hold on, give me a second. Let me change my phone. Give me a second. Give me a second. My phone about to die. Lord have mercy. So many of you, again, you know exactly what you don't want, but you don't know what you do want. And when you think about what you don't want, you keep getting it, don't you? And so you have to learn. You have to learn. You have to learn to only think about the things that are good, the things that are lovely, the things that are good, of good report, the things that you desire. Think on those things, because if not, you get the opposite. If you want a man who is decent, you want a man who is kind, affectionate, loving, right? A man who is loving, and a man who is stable emotionally, then what you have to do, you have to know what that feels like. Know what it feels like. Know what it feels like to be kind. Know what it feels like to be affectionate. Not to get affection, but to be affectionate. Practice the feeling to be affectionate. Learn how it feels like to be happy on the inside, because you want a happy person. Learn how that feels like to be happy. Some of you aren't happy. You're miserable. How can you put a happy person when you're not happy? That vibration would not penetrate. It would not penetrate. It would keep bringing back what you already have, what you already had. You want a person who's loving? Learn how to be loving on the inside. But see, what you want, you must embody it first before it actually takes effect. Before it takes root, you must embody it first. So you want a man who is stable? Be stable. Practice being stable. And this is when you have the time to be single. You see, some of you, when it's time to be single, you practice being more single. If you practice being more single, what the hell does that do? It keeps you single. I'm talking about if you want a man or a husband, right? And so you practice being single, you practice being bitter, you practice being angry, you practice being scared, you practice being insecure. Why? And that's what shows up in your life, some insecure, scared ass dude or female. Hey, Cherilyn, that's why you keep getting it, because that's what you keep feeling. If you always feel empty, you always feel lonely, you always feel sad, and when a man comes into your life in that moment, you have to question, hey, hold on now. I was feeling lonely, I was feeling angry, and I was feeling sad, and here you come. No, I'll wait. I'll wait for the next one, because that might be a bad sign. That might be a bad idea. That might be a bad timing. That might not be the one for me. Because if I feel sad, if I feel lonely, if I feel, and I know that's what's going out, then I know for a fact this is what it's bringing back. So let me chill. Now, a lot of you, this is what you all do. A lot of you, this is what you all do. You get into a place, you're single for a while, then you become celibate for a while, and then you still feel a little afraid, you still feel like you don't trust people, you still feel a little hurt, and so when someone comes, they get you again. Because the renewal of your mind didn't happen. Yeah, you renew your body. Yeah, you flushed it out. Yeah, you stopped having sex. Yeah, nobody was touching you, but the mind wasn't renewed. And if the mind ain't renewed, you keep getting old things. I don't care how long you've been single. The same shit comes to you. I don't care how long you haven't been touched. The same body parts come to you. It's the same. It doesn't change until you renew the mind. Many of you are good at renewing your bodies. You can renew your body like this. I'm not having sex again for the next 30 years. No sex in 30 years. Nobody touching me. No dates. Your body is renewed. But you still have the same thoughts. You still have the same feelings. The same assumptions. The same memory. You're going to be in the same relationship again. Time doesn't fix that. Do you know time don't fix hurt? People say time heals. No, it doesn't. Have you ever had a disease And it just keeps going and going and going and going. It doesn't stop because of time. It actually gets worse because of time. It gets worse and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Time doesn't heal it. Time don't heal. You think we get older. Every day we live, we are a bit closer to our death. Time doesn't heal us. Time destroys us. So don't think in time you're gonna just, because you've been by yourself for all these years and being single. It doesn't mean that you are getting better. It means that you are just there. Cause some of us, we've been single for a long time, and we've been feeling sad for a long time and lonely for a long time and still hurt for a long time, and it gets hurt. It gets worse. It really gets worse. It gets a lot worse. So what we have to do while we are single, it's time to reset our minds. It's time to change the way we think. Because right now, nobody is cheating, so I trust. You gotta trust. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa, thank you. Lisa, thank you again, man. Lisa, thank you. And you just came here too, and you already giving me gifts. How are you giving me gifts already and you just came here? Thank you, I appreciate it. You say, I think time does heal with the right mindset. So it's not time that heals, it's the mindset that heals. It's not time, it's mindsets. Because a matter of fact, you realize that spirituality, there is no time and distance, it's only right now. So it's not time that heals, it's when you switch your mindset, the healing begins. It's not time. Time don't heal. The mindset heals. It's the mindset that makes you sick. The mindset makes you sick. Your mindset brings you diseases. Your mindset brings you trouble. It brings you drama. It's not time. It's just your mind. It's just your mind. It's not time. Time don't heal. Time ain't healing a damn person. And a person never been healed with time. See what I'm saying? So we have to be careful with that one. Time heals. Because it really doesn't heal. But when you are single, it's time to reset. Nobody cheated on you, so you should put trust in your mind. I trust. Some of you get single with, I don't trust nobody. It doesn't work. How? Ain't nobody bothering you. So how do you reset? Now, the question is, what do you want? What do you want? You have to know what you want for me to tell you how to reset. I can't tell you how to reset because I have to know what you want. And so if you want a relationship, hey Star, how are you doing? If you want a healthy relationship, you know that you are being lied to, you're being cheated on, you have feelings of, insecurity or maybe, all these things. So when you are by yourself now, is the time you come to by yourself and you begin to program yourself a new feeling. Now I feel cheated on, I feel betrayed. Have you ever felt betrayed before? Have you ever felt betrayed before? Hey God, see how you doing? Have you ever felt betrayed? It's a strong feeling. And a lot of us, when you get single because somebody betrayed you and you leave that person, do you stop feeling betrayed? Think about it. Do you stop feeling betrayed? Yeah, Lisa. Do you ever stop feeling betrayed? Think about it. As a matter of fact, you are so afraid of the feeling that you try to resist it. The feeling is still there. A lot of time you are so afraid of the feeling because the feeling sucks, right? Listen, getting betrayed sucks. It's a very strong reality. It sucks. It really sucks hard. And so it stays with us for a long time. And so even when we become single, it stays. Right? It stays after we become single. Everyone is a betrayer. Indeed. Yeah. What's up, Danielle? What's going on, man? Hey, Diani. And so betrayal is one of them things that is a strong experience and it stays. But now, you don't let go of betrayal. You don't stop trying to feel it. What you do, you reset it. What you have to do is practice feeling peace. Practice feeling peace. Practice feeling peace. You see, when you give energy to one, whatever you give energy to, it will grow. So if you give energy to the opposite side, usually, if you give energy to peace, and joy and trust, that grows. Then the betrayal, since you have removed your attention from it, it begins to just minimize, right? It begins to minimize. So you have to plug in, you have to input new feelings into your body. Remember, many of us, your feelings don't come from you. Where do your feelings come from? Where do you think your feelings come from? Where do your feelings come from? Does anybody know? Am I African? We are all Africans. It comes from the outside, from others, from people. People on the outside, things on the outside, what we hear, what we think, it comes from the outside. And then it affects us in our feelings. So when somebody say, look at you, I bet you stupid. Here comes that feeling. Oh my God, you call me stupid. You call me stupid. Listen, it came from somewhere. It came from somewhere. And so, but where should it come from? Where should feelings come from? Where should feelings come from? What should come from the outside? Where should feelings come? If you really think about it, where should it come from? From the inside. It should come from the inside. But the majority of us, if you don't know what I'm saying right now, it came from the outside. Your anger, your distrust, your resentment, it came from outside experiences. And so now it affected your inside. And so now you think I should depend on the outside to feel on the inside. And so when I tell people, hey, you have to reset by reprogramming your feelings by inputting new emotion. But how? What you mean how? You have to practice what does being happy feels like. You gotta practice it. You practice. You have a picture in your mind of what you want to see. Sometimes what you put in your mind ain't happened yet. It ain't happened yet. But you have to create the story in your mind. That's why it's called imagination. You have to create a story in your mind. Let me tell you, one day, I was walking down the street. So I was walking down the street. I saw this dog. But the dog's leg was broken. And I felt so bad for the dog. The dog was there howling. Nobody helped it. And I went over. And I don't know if it was broken or it was just hurt. And I went over. And I felt so much sorry for the dog. I took the dog home. When I took the dog home, I laid it down and I could see the pain in his eyes. And as it looked at me, I felt every bit in me. I was like, man, nobody helped you? Nobody helped you? Nobody stopped and helped you? Now, so far, that story made you feel what? Why does the story make you feel so far? How does the story make you feel so far? So sad, right? Right? So sad. But guess what? The best thing is this. I began to nurse the dog back to health. For 2 weeks, the dog stayed in my home. I took it to the vet. I fed it. I cared for it. I had my kids play with that dog. And that dog was no longer a stray dog. That dog, the way how that dog face changed, his attitude, the way he wiggled his tail when he saw me or my kids, the way he wiggled his tail. And I remember one day I came home, man, and when he was walking again, because he was walking again, the way how he looked at me, I can tell how happy and joyful he felt by just his eyes just opened so wide and his tail was wagging and he was just moving around. Now, so far, how does that make you feel? How does that part make you feel so far? Now, I just lied to you. I told you a bogus story. That never happened. But you see how you can tell yourself a story and you can change your own vibration? You can change your own feeling? You can create your own new feeling? Do you see how I just used that lie to change your feelings? You see how I did that? Now, if I could do that, guess what? Guess what? Guess. You can do it too. You see, the stories that you tell yourself change your vibration. It affects your vibration. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel anxious. It makes you, because your own story. It's your own, it's your own story, is how you perceive the story. Because it's not true. But your perception was what affected your emotions. And so when I tell people, hey, you have to allow yourself to reset your feelings and your emotions. But how do I do that? You have to tell yourself a story. You have to experience a different reality. How? In your mind. But how? Make it up. You make it up. You have to make up your story. You have to make up the story. And as you make up the story, you use your imagination and feel like it's true. And so therefore, the experience that you are having now begins to outshine your last experience. You see, the experience now that I'm giving myself is becoming, if I do it every day, it becomes stronger than the last one. Because the last one is no longer my focus. When I was betrayed, it's no longer my focus. When I was cheated on, it's no longer my focus. My focus now is feeling free, feeling happy, feeling peace, and feeling loved. If I could create that experience within me, what goes out of me begin to be effective. Does that make sense? Same way you spoke about the dog is how I have taken in people when they were down and out. When they get better, they forget. But you see, many of us, hey DMY, hey Donna, many of us, we're taking people, when you're taking somebody, but you notice that when I took in the dog, it wasn't to sleep with, it wasn't to be my girlfriend or my boyfriend. That dog was to be a dog. A dog stayed a dog. A lot of you taking people that's broken and you want them to nurse them back to sexuality. Right? You know, I mean, think about it. Because we meet people all the time that's in some broken places. And those people are not meant to, they're not supposed to be in a relationship with us. Not intimate relationship. They're just supposed to be somebody as our brothers and sisters that we help. But I think a lot of us, we take them and we do something that we shouldn't have been doing with them. There's a difference. From the dog, you were there to help. Indeed. Indeed. Lisa, got it. But to add to what you said, though, I get what you're saying. But to add to what you said, a lot of people, a lot of women especially, they find all the broken men. They find a lot of broken men. They find the broken ones. Even though the good one wants them, but they find the broken ones. A lot of women love a broken man. And I think because it makes you feel desired. It makes you feel wanted. It makes you feel relevant. And I know who I'm talking about, because some people, some women, they like that same story. The story is what stays with them. They find a man who's not available. The one who can't love them right now. The one who's not available to love them right now. Because they are in some situationship. Those men are. They're living with their families still, their spouses. They are financially, just financially terrible, right? They're not in a place to love you properly. And those men, for some reason, is the biggest challengers for women. It challenged her, and now she feels like maybe I can help him. Maybe I can do for him. Maybe when he gets on his feet, he'll notice and recognize me. He'll recognize me, and he will be with me. And I can't wait, because if he gets good, he's nice, and he could be my king. I think that if they heal them, they will be grateful. Yeah! And see us the way we see them. And so this is why we have to be careful with that. Because I think some people come to us not to heal them. I mean, not to be with them. But, hey, we can create a beautiful space. Because, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You don't heal people. What you do is that you create a space for them where they can feel not judged and not shame while they do the work within themselves. That's why some people will love being around you. And you know what though, to be honest, some people will love being around you. Some love being around you, but they can't be with you. Have you seen that before? A man or woman who loves being around you, but they make a very terrible partner. Have you seen that before? Has anybody seen that? Somebody who always wanted to be around you, but they just can't be loyal to you. Yeah. You know why? Because they wasn't there for you intimately. They were only there because you provide. And the ones who I'm talking about, you provided a space, man. The space that you provide is so peaceful. You don't create judgment. Like you make them feel like somebody. Do you know? And this is when it gets hard. You make them feel like somebody. Think about it. You don't judge them like the world judges them. The regular woman or men will judge the hell out of them because they don't have much. They don't do much. They don't have what the society telling them to have. And here you come. Here you come. What's up, Ray? Here you come. You're generous. You're kind. You're loving. You don't judge them. You are such a beautiful fresh air. And so they want to stay around that because they can actually be, they can actually breathe. But then you cross the line and you like them. And they begin to like you. You slept with them. You cross the line. But they cannot stay with you. They don't want, because that's not what people want us for. Let me tell you when people don't want, let me tell you when is the wrong time to be with someone. A lot of people will come to you in your life. And when they come to you, when they're around you continuously, because energy has to find balance. One will pull from the other. Have you noticed that if two of us coming together, do you notice that you're going to pick up certain vibrations? You're going to pick up something. And it's not that they're energy vampires, because things happen into our lives. But do you notice that if you're around somebody, sometimes you feel drained and sometimes you feel full, sometimes you feel drained. Certain people, sometimes you feel, because there's always a pull and push. There's always an exchange. It's always an exchange. And people share your energy without your permission. People, and this is how you have to know how to not protect it, but how to stop it from going from you. But people will always take from you. It's just a thing that they do. It's just natural. It's just nature finding balance. Nature will find balance. Nature will find balance. So when two of us come together, if I'm here and you are here, we will fight to find balance. And how do we find balance? Have you heard somebody telling you bad stories before? Have you ever been around somebody? You up here, they down here. They begin to share their bad stories, their toxic stories, their terrible stories. And as they tell their stories, you begin to feel worse. Have you said it before? You begin to feel worse. And they begin to feel better. Have you seen that before? That's how it happens. It is that simple. What's up, Dustin? How we doing, brother? You up here, they down here. They begin to share their terrible stories. And the more they speak is the more you just, they're dropping you. And you're not trying to drop, but you're dropping. Next thing you know, you're tired as hell. Right? Right, Lisa? You tired, you yawning. Why? Because they sucked you. They just sucked you. And it's not on purpose. Because they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. And so what you have to do, if you wanna keep your energy, you know how to do it? You want me to tell you the secret behind holding on to your energy? That's why women don't live as long as they're married and men live longer. And it's the opposite if the woman stays single and the men stay single. I guess. But that makes sense though. You keep your energy by stop giving an emotional reaction. Emotion is how you connect to someone. And when you connect, information is passed from one to the next. Emotion connects, and based on the emotion that you pick up, when they start telling you their sad story, do you feel happy or angry or sad? When somebody's giving you a sad story, do you feel happy because of the story or do you feel sad? Which one do you feel? Somebody giving you a terrible story, you feel happy for them or sad for them? if you feel sad for them, what happened? That sadness creates a bridge and you can pull the sad stuff from them. Do you understand how I mean? Because again, when you align yourself, when you align your emotions to sad, you begin to pull their sadness. And so you understand, you don't pull people's emotions when you stop feeling the emotion. You realize you listen without judgment. That's what it means. We listen, we don't judge. That means I'm listening to your story, but it's your story. So I don't want to feel. And sometimes people might look at it as the wrong thing. You ain't got no heart. I have a heart, but I don't want that emotion. I have compassion. I see you are suffering, but I don't want that emotion from you. And so you have to, as you call it, protect your energy by just not reacting. Listen. Because as soon as you begin to feel those emotions, you begin to put the bridge to them. And you begin to use the sad emotion to pull sadness. Does that make sense to you guys? Does it make sense? You can't. Now, some people, they're your friends. And you have to listen to them. You don't have to, but they need help. They want an ear to listen to. We all become that sometime. We all become that. We all are that person. Each of us must have it. We have families. We have friends. We have loved ones. Sometimes my wife telling me stories and I'm like, damn it. And I have to listen. And as I listen to them stories, I'm like, God dang, she just don't stop. Yeah, Kathy. But that's how it works. And so when you find a partner, when you see a man or a woman, who can only connect to you in sadness, some of you, since you feel sad and you begin to like them because you can connect emotions to them. And so you think, maybe that's the right one because I understand. Because when you meet somebody and they begin to tell you your sad story and they're single and you single, for real? Oh, I can relate. Really? Oh my God. No, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Oh my. That's terrible. That is so terrible. She said that to you? How did that make you feel? Come. Let me take my clothes off. Let me give you some. Come, because I know you feel terrible. Come here. Come get this. And we end up in these situations over and over. And so when you can meet somebody who you only connect to with sadness and anger, it ain't for you. It ain't listen. Flying Philip, what's going on, brother? When you meet that person, I'm serious. What's up, Rescue? When you meet that person, hey Ray. When you meet that person that you can easily connect to with your sadness or anger, this is not for intimacy. This is for friendship. This is for helping. This is for someone to just talk to because they need some help. Don't miss the point. Because if you miss that point, you're going to end up in some trauma. I hope that makes sense. This is how you know. Because something that is for you would increase your vibration. Now, have you ever been around someone? Have you ever been around someone that both of you guys felt better in your presence? Have you ever been around somebody that both of you are like, oh my God, I feel good. I feel so good too. Oh my God, I like your energy. Oh my God, I like you. See, that right there, that makes sense. That makes sense. But if one of you are drained and the other one ain't, wait, hold on. Maybe it's not the time. Wrong time. If you come around somebody and you begin to feel low and you know, both you all feel drained and both you all talking about something is off. But sometimes, man, you're wrong somebody. And when I say when you feel a good vibe, I'm not talking about excitement. I'm not talking about when you're with somebody and you feel excited and you feel like running and jumping and dancing and clubbing and drinking. I ain't talking about that. When it makes sense, it will be somebody that you feel more of yourself around. That means you feel more relaxed. It means that you ain't got to pretend to be nothing. It means that you can be your natural, raggedy looking self. It could mean you can take your wig off, you can take your head off, you can take your hair off, put it on the dresser, and you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking, you can put your hair on the dresser or on the kitchen table and leave it there until the next day, and everything is, you ain't got to pretend. You could just, you feel more of yourself. You feel open to be yourself. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about that butterfly crap. If you get butterfly and she got butterfly and he got butterfly, I'm telling you, you all ate something at the restaurant and it was bad for you, and now you get gas. You all ate the same chicken. She probably bit piece of yours and you bit piece of hers, and you all ate the same chicken. Now both of you got butterflies. That shit ain't butterflies. It's gas that you all got. So you all gotta be careful with the butterfly stuff. Cause I'm telling you, what's up, Golden Melon? How you doing? She ate your chicken. And let me taste, because you know how women want to taste. Let me taste yours. Let me taste it. I didn't want no chicken for me, but let me taste a piece of yours. I don't want, no, I don't want chicken. I just want to taste yours. I just didn't want it. I just want a little, don't, ain't that the most annoying thing? Ain't that the most annoying thing? No, I didn't want any. I just wanted to, I want a bite of yours. Gosh. That's what you all be doing, man. Ain't butterflies. But I'm saying, man. So, first thing first. Got that same rug in the back. Okay, this right here. Hey, Tess. So, how do you attract somebody? How do you attract what you want? No, let me teach you the key of attracting something. Yesterday, we talked about attracting people, but I use attracting money. First thing first, you have to embody. You have to feel and think. You have to experience. You can't experience poverty and yet have money flow to you. You can't experience anxiety in the inside and money flows to you on the outside. You can't be an emotional wreck and money finds you their home. You see what I'm saying? You attract money by becoming that wealth mindset. You have to think it, feel it, be it, embody it. You have to experience it in your mind, in your body. Then money flows to you. Now, how do you attract that person? I don't want to say how do you attract love, because you don't attract love. You only become love. Why do you want to attract love? Love is what you carry on the inside if you learn how to connect to it. You don't have to attract it. It is what, when you become love, when you actually experience love on the inside, when your emotions are sweet, when your feelings are sweet, when your body is sweet, when everything's aligned, love is happening. And it don't need nothing else around you for it to happen. If love needs or requires something around you for you to experience it, then that thing is very short-lived. That ain't love. That's something else. I mean, I'm sure it's love, but it's not the, you know what I'm saying? It's emotional love. There's an emotional love that happens. If love have to have something or someone around you for you to be experienced, is an emotional love. An emotional love lasts only temporarily. If love is there before anybody gets there, nobody is there, nothing is there, no one is there, but love happens, that love is a real love. That means whether the person leaves, the person disappears, the person goes you, that stays. That's the love that we need to experience on the inside first. That's the first one. That's the only one that we need. We don't need all the other ones. We need that one. And that's the one that we can't get. That's the one that we hate if we think is the most difficult thing, because the truth is we are not accepting of ourselves. We always fighting our natural selves. We always hating ourselves, carrying guilt, carrying shame, messing with ourselves, holding judgment against ourselves. We're holding resentment for other people and for other people and this for other people. And so therefore, we don't have enough substance left to experience love, because we waste all the energy on people and crap that doesn't even make a difference in our lives. We're wasting that energy on people who has no value in our life, who has no value. And so that's why we can't love ourselves. We don't have enough love left. So we have to learn, man. We have to learn to start letting people be what they are so we can experience the love fully. Now, once we have that love fully, once we have that love flowing within us, your thoughts and your feelings will match. Your thoughts and your feelings will align. It has to align. It will align. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't hate your past and love your present. It don't work like that. You know, you don't get love. You don't learn to love yourself by hating your past. It just don't work like that at all. I think many of us hate our past. We hate our past so much. And that's why you can't love the present. Because the past is always on your mind. It's only what you think about. It brings you all kind of shame and guilt. It brings you all this disappointment. And so loving the present is not happening. Love is only present. So how do you attract someone? Number one, you know what you want. You have to know what you want. I want somebody who's kind, somebody who's affectionate, somebody who's attractive, somebody who's driven, somebody who's open-minded. I think those are very beautiful things to actually experience. And somebody, we say things like consistent. Everybody's consistent. I don't know that's the dumbest thing to say, I think. Somebody who can communicate. Everybody can communicate. Everybody can communicate. Somebody who is kind is very powerful. Francis, what's going on, brother? How are you doing, man? It's good to have you. Somebody who is single, who's available emotionally. Somebody who carries love. Somebody who's respectable and respectful. Somebody who's respectful. But first, that list that you just called out, that list that you just want, now you have to look at the list and see which one you have. Not one that you have, not one that you have sometimes. I'm respectful only when somebody respects me first. That don't work. That's silly. Huh? Wait, can you go let her mama? I'm doing a conversation now, okay? She's sleepy? Well, just let her with her for a minute and then I'll be up there soon. Okay? Huh? Okay, I'll come in there for a minute, okay? Well, y'all know I can't. What the heck was I saying? Yeah, that was my little one. She wanted to lay down with me. Because her mom is already sleeping. So I have to go soon. Stop calling him Steve Vogel. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. Oh, my Lord. Daniel, they think that they're funny for real. Is that Steve Vogel? You don't know I'm not Steve Vogel. Like, people, that's why I ignore them. People can fake love or imitate love. Yeah. Indeed. But yes, so when you look at those characteristics, kind, somebody who's happy, somebody who's this and somebody who's that, right? Hey, Mercedes, you have a blessed night too, right? Somebody who's kind. But now you have to look at the list and say, okay, do I meet all this list? And if I don't, if I only meet this list sometimes when somebody is kind to me, I'm kind. But am I kind overall? Am I consistently kind? Do I express kindness even to those who I don't think need it? Do I express kindness to those who has no influence on my life? Do I express kindness even when somebody doesn't even give me back? Do I feel, you know what I'm saying? Am I happy? Do I express my happiness? Do I experience it on the inside? And so we have to become that list that we want. And if you're not there yet, if you're not consistent in that list, what you have to do, you have to practice being in that moment. You have to practice and practice and practice feeling and experience it. And what you could experience is, how do you practice being kind? Imagine I can sit here and be kind to people who I've never met. As I'm walking down in my mind, right? How can I practice being kind when I'm always at home to strangers? Well, I can use my mind, right? If I get a lemon or a lime, and I cut that lime in my imagination, right? Do it. Get a lime, put it in your hand, smell it. It's green. I want you to cut that line in your imagination and get a half. Take the half, take it to your mouth, and squeeze it on your lips. So taste your lips and see how sour that is. Now, we can all experience something inside of us that is as real as if we had it in our hands for real. It's the same experience. It doesn't change. The experience is the same. If you can actually see that, if you can actually see that in your mind, the mind doesn't know the difference if it's real or not. So how can you be kind without leaving your home? You can actually close your eyes and sit down. And you walking on the street and you see some strangers and you using your mind to say, it's nice to meet you. And you smiling at this street. You know, you see people that you walk along, that there's walking on the street with you, and you saying hi and you smiling at them. You're giving them the greeting of the day. Hey, good morning. And as you imagine that, it creates a feeling within you. It creates a consistent feeling. And if you can practice that feeling and rehearse those images, then you begin to practice being kind. That's how you practice. You practice by using your mind. How do you practice trust? Imagine being in a relationship, being by yourself, in a relationship with your kids, with your family, and you just have this thing that's trust. I trust you. And as you trust, you become relaxed. You notice that when you trust, you get less tensed. When you begin to trust, it's like your shoulders drop. Think about it. When you begin to trust, right, your shoulders dropped. And you become more relaxed. Your breathing changes. Because now you become vulnerable. You can practice trust. Many of you who are single practice being tense. And you practice not trusting. And you practice being angry. But you need to practice trust so that energy will go out and come back as somebody who you can trust. Does that make sense? When you practice that experience, that goes out, that feeling goes out, and it brings back someone who you can trust. If you practice not trusting anyone, that feeling goes out, and you bring back someone that you won't trust. That's what we have to learn. Remember, your feelings are not reactions from the universe. Your feelings give instructions to the universe. Your feelings are instructions to the universe. So whatever you feel is what you instruct the universe that you want to experience. This is what I want. So let me put this feeling. I feel this. I want this. It comes. You don't tell the universe with your mouth what you want. You don't say, I want a man who is kind. No. You experience kindness on the inside. You don't tell the universe, I want money. No. You feel wealthy. You see how that makes sense? I don't tell God I want money. I feel wealthy on the inside, and I keep doing it. I don't tell the universe that I want to fight. I feel anger on the inside. It gives me a fight. Have you ever walked around angry? And everybody want to fight you? Why? Because you're feeling angry. Everybody want to get at you. Everybody want a piece of you. Have you ever walked around for a day or two angry as hell? And everybody just want a piece of you? Have you ever felt that before? Maybe you are supernatural people who don't experience what I experience. But that's what happens. You instruct the universe of what you desire. And you don't understand why everybody keep coming at me like that. Because of your emotion and the feeling that you are experiencing. You are telling the universe what you want to experience. You are telling God what you desire by. So if you want somebody who's kind, practice being kind. You want somebody who's affectionate, practice being affectionate. You can do it in your mind. You don't have to have somebody around you to be affectionate. You want somebody who's honest, practice being honest with yourself. Because a lot of you, I don't want somebody who lies. But you lie to yourself all the damn time. I used to walk with anger as a friend. Yeah. Lying to yourself all the time. I want somebody who's honest. Are you honest with yourself? Do you really see yourself? Do you see yourself? Do you see how you look? You see how you sound? You see what you are thinking? Do you see where you are at? No, you don't see it. You're not honest with yourself. So how do you want somebody who's honest? Many of us, we don't want people who are, we don't want to be honest, but we want somebody who's honest. Thank you. What's your name? Two? Thank you. We must be honest first with ourselves. And then it goes out. Many of us ain't honest. That's what we have to understand. And so after you embody those energies, what you have to do now, when you embody those energies, you begin to feel those energies. What you have to do, you have to imagine. You want somebody who's kind, somebody who's honest, somebody who's loyal or whatever else, somebody who's loving, somebody who's this, somebody who's that. Now you have this all within you. You are that person that you're looking for. Now, all you have to do now is this next thing. Now, when I wanted a job or when I wanted money, what I had to do, I had to go sleep, imagining money is there with me. So money comes to me in my sleep. Money comes to me when I'm awake. Money comes to me when I eat and when I blink. Money comes to me. Money always comes to me. Money always comes to me. When I'm taking a shower. And so when I realize I want a relationship, this person that I want, that I already created in my mind, in my body, now I see this person in my mind eating with me. So when I eat, if I'm in a reality, I have to stay in that reality. You can't choose one reality or one consciousness and then you go back to the other one when it's convenient, right? You can't, if you choose one reality, you have to stay in it. If you choose a reality and you embody those emotions or those feelings, those characteristics, you embody it, knowing that your person is coming, knowing that you just created a perfect person for you. Now, when you go to eat with this person in your mind. When you go to lay down, lay with this person. When you go out with this person. And have you ever noticed that when you have somebody, everybody comes to you? Everybody wants you? Everybody likes you? Have you seen that before? Everybody likes you. Everybody want to talk to you from, hey, oh my gosh, I think you are so beautiful. I'm single. Are you single? No. When you have somebody, it's like you give off a signal because you know why? Because you already feel fulfilled. You feel like you have it. You feel. And so everybody coming to you. Everybody wants you. Everybody looking at you. Everybody want a piece of you. Why? Because you already have that feeling on the inside. You have it in your mind, in your spirit. You act like it. You speak like it. You think like it. You feel like it. And therefore, you attract that very easily. Indeed. But yeah, Miranda, you're right. Listen, I'll be back here again probably tomorrow. Maybe Sunday. I'll be back here on Sunday. For part 3. Let me go lay with my baby. Good. I hope this is making sense, okay? I hope this is making sense. I'll come back on Sunday with part 3. This is part 2. So I'll come back in for part 3 and I'll complete that, how to attract that last part, okay? So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Mostly on Sunday, okay? Y'all be blessed, all right? You have a good weekend. Peace and love.